Oh my goodness.
Good morning. Good morning. We're having some technical difficulties today. It's not really technical difficulties. It's just me difficulties.
Oh my goodness, my tea's cold. I don't know how it's cold, but it's cold.
No, I am so grateful I have this little mug warmer sitting here next to me. And so I put my tea or my coffee on it at all times so it does get cold if I'm in other rooms of the house where I don't have my little warmer. I have to warm it up a million times.
Yeah, well, I just poured it, and apparently I didn't heat it up before I poured it. So there you go. Anyway, so good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Welcome to Wellness Wake Up Weekly.
Yes, and real life. I like your sweater. It must still be cold here.
Thank you. Funny story about this sweater. I went to go to the gym one day before I went into work at the billiards, and I threw on the sweater that I had packed to wear, and it had something all over the front of it. I was like, oh no, I can't wear this in public. What is happening? So I quickly threw on my coat, and thankfully Target is next door to the gym. So I ran over to Target really quick and just bought a random sweater off of the clearance rack. This is the sweater.
It's really pretty.
Thanks. Actually
it's what?
It's actually very comfy, so that's good.
Well, there you go. It's supposed to be 42 here today, hence the short sleeves.
How lovely. We're going to get a little heat wave today, too. I think it's supposed to be up to like maybe the 20s or 30s today.
Ooh, double digits.
Yeah, it hasn't been double digits in a while, so I'm excited about that.
That's kind of funny. Okay, so anyway, we digress. And
yes,
Carrie Marie and I do this every week.
Yes.
And I am Christine Lunsford. I am in North Central Arkansas, hence the 42 degrees and t-shirt weather. If the sun comes out right now, it's overcast. I don't know why, but well, I guess the clouds are there. It's snowing in Missouri. It can stay there. So I live in Arkansas with our 4 Jack Russells, which I hope stay quiet. 2 of them are in here with me. 2 are in the other room. And I am an Empower You coach. So I am in the process of working through a food freedom method because I'm finding a lot of people don't understand what food does to them.
Yes. So awesome.
Yes.
It can be better. So I'm excited for you to release your method.
Me too. I'm super excited.
I am Carrie Marie Vaughn, and I am in upstate New York, and my husband and I have 3 adult children and 3 cats. We also have altogether 4 grand kitties and a grand dog. 3 of the 4 kitties are living here now, as well as the dog. So we have a house full right now, and I am an Unstickify Your Life coach. And I'm definitely, well, first of all, one of my main things that I offer is a stuck point scan to help people figure out where they're stuck and to release it so that they can start moving along toward their goals in all different aspects of their life, whether it be health, relationships, finances, or just getting clarity on what they even want in life. So anyway, I'm super excited to bring this episode to everybody today because it's so important. And we both have our stories of when we were not listening to our bodies. So today's topic is your body is talking. Are you listening?
Yes. I think this is one of my favorite topics, although I may say that all the time.
Oh yeah. Yes. I feel like almost all of our topics are my favorite topics because we're talking about the things that we're passionate about and that we love helping people with. So first of all, as you're hopping on, be sure to say hello and let us know where you're watching from. We want to give you a little shout out. We want to say hi to you. So be sure to say hi. Also, if you know of anybody who could benefit from hearing this message, please tag them in the comments or share this with them. Hit the little share button if you're watching us on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, there should be a way of sharing this. You can send it off to people. So be sure to do that. important to spread the word. I feel like bad news travels fast, but why not share something that's helpful with somebody else? And
Absolutely.
and that's what we are doing. Each week for the Wellness Wake Up Weekly, we bring you a different topic. Sometimes our topics go from multiple weeks because they're big and we need to talk about them multiple times. And we usually touch on past points. So if you have missed any of them, be sure to check them out. They're on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook drops them off eventually, but YouTube keeps them on forever. So you can always go and take a peek. So
Yeah.
let's chat
I'm
here.
sure we both have some of our old stuff on there too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and yes, tons of stuff
So
that
much,
is
so much
helpful,
stuff.
not just our Wellness Wake Up Weekly episodes, but so many other things as well on our YouTube pages. So, first of all, let's just make it super, super clear that your body is going to force you to take a break if you don't take one for yourself.
And I am
And
a
this
perfect
is
example of that.
yes.
I did not listen to my body. At that time, full disclosure, I didn't know how to listen to my body in 2016.
Mhm.
Got married in September, was in the emergency room in October, and ended up off work for over 2 months with no pay. So, when we tell you that listening can save you a whole lot of money and time, we're talking from experience. And I know, Carrie Marie, you've had similar things where you go to the
Yeah.
doctor and they tell you there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
That's
And
that's
hence
another
your
that's another
your
subject, but
hence your book, Christine.
that's
Wrong
my
in
book, but wrong answer. But that's
yeah.
a whole nother we could go down a rabbit hole there. But yes, listening to your body and
Yeah.
listening to those symptoms. Those symptoms are God put them there for a reason.
Mhm. Yep, they're messages for you. So you need to start listening because if you're not listening and that's the thing is Christine and I didn't know to listen. We didn't
No.
think to listen. We didn't nobody had taught us this and so this is why we're bringing this topic to you. Because
Mhm.
sometimes you have something that just seems so normal even though it's not normal. Like maybe it's regular headaches or maybe it's just feeling super tired all the time or maybe it's that you're literally bloated and you just don't feel right. There's so many things that you probably experience on a regular basis
Mhm.
that you're just like, oh well, it's just part of life, but no, it's not. Like it can even
Mhm.
go as far as mood swings and what else, Christine? Like I'm just like listing some of the
Memory. Okay, so memory is the one that when you were talking just come to mind. So one of the symptoms I had was I would forget what I was doing when I walked into a room. Okay, so
yeah.
what do people tell you? Oh, you're just getting older. Okay, I want you to take note if something seems off. Listen to those symptoms. So for me, that ended up being I thought I had early onset dementia. I really did. I was like, this can't be normal.
Yeah.
People can't function in life like this. And it turns out I had toxic levels of aluminum in my system and it was affecting my brain.
But if you hadn't started paying attention and listening to your body and getting those things
Mhm.
checked, then you wouldn't have known. So, first of all, for those of you who are watching, drop a yes in the comments if you have ever kind of pushed off and ignored some of these symptoms or messages that your body is trying to tell you because you're too busy, right? Like you're just
Or
trying to get through life and you're like, I don't have time for this. I don't have
yes,
time
or
to,
everyone tells you it's just because you're getting older.
yeah.
How many times have we ignored a symptom? I don't know. You and I are in, the perimenopause stage. And if we say something to a friend, thankfully not you and I, because we've listened to these things, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, I have that too. You're just getting older.
Mhm. Right, right. Or like you mentioned something to the doctor and they're like, "Oh, it's just that time of your life. You're going through perimenopause. You're going to just experience these things." And it's like, "Okay, but that shouldn't be normal."
Exactly.
Feeling
Exactly.
not like yourself shouldn't be normal. And so anyway, yeah, it's frustrating, but it's your
It,
body trying to communicate with you and trying to tell you something is off. And I mean, for us, like during perimenopause time, that means your hormones are off because
yes.
truthfully, your hormones are going wacko right now. But it's still telling you to listen. Things are not right. And it could be, oh my goodness. All right. So This is so silly. Your body is sometimes like that little thing, that meme that was going around with a little kid. Listen to me, Linda. Hold on. I have this little clip. I have to interrupt our episode really quick to bring this to you, because this is what it's like when your body is trying to tell you that there's something off, that there's something wrong.
Yes.
Okay. So
Listen
let
to
me
me.
see if I can get
Listen.
this.
Linda, listen, listen, listen. Listen, Linda. Listen,
Okay,
but
what?
listen.
Okay, back to regular episode, but
But that is exactly what it is.
yes.
And we get to listen. And I've said this to so many people. Nobody other than God knows your body better than you.
Mhm.
I don't care how educated they are. They could have, I don't know, 6 degrees. It doesn't matter. They still don't know you better than
Right,
you.
right. This is your body, and you know
Yes.
what you're used to it feeling like, and you know how you want to feel, you know how you don't want to feel. So yes, this is your body. Because all right, so let's talk about some of the things, because burnout, first of all, burnout is a sign of potential illness. You might be getting sick. If you're feeling burnt out, wiped out, fatigued, that is a sign that you're probably getting sick, or that there's something else going on.
That there's something else going on.
Mhm.
And you know what? Get a coach. If you are having burnout in work, get a coach. If you're having burnout in your business, get a coach. If you're having burnout in your health, get a coach. I mean, Carrie Marie and I both are coaches, and we have coaches.
Yes. Yes, and we highly recommend coaches. We have, both of us have made such huge life alterations and also improvements in our life and our business and in other aspects of our life by hiring a coach, because we kind of are in our own little bubble sometimes, and we're going through life, we're going through the motions, but we're not taking a second to look from the outside in and like, oh hey, just try tweaking this. Like your coach can give you such simple things that you hadn't thought of before, because you feel like you've tried everything, but it could literally be removing one little thing, changing thing a tiny little bit, and it just takes that one little tweak. Or hey, have you tested this, or have you asked this question? Just those little tiny things can make such a huge difference, and can literally save you so many years
Mhm.
and years of frustration and spending money on things that might not even be working, whatever it
Yeah.
is. And I'm talking kind of generalized in all aspects of your life, but specifically about your health. Like, why wouldn't you want somebody to just literally tell you certain specific things to do to start getting things on track immediately, rather than getting frustrated day after day after day, week after week after week, month after month, year after year, and then years have gone by and you're still experiencing these same things. Maybe you've had a complete shutdown of certain areas of your body. Like, you just don't know what could happen. It could really cause major things if you are ignoring the symptoms and if you don't get help. So anyway,
Yes,
okay,
I
we could
know.
go
You
on
could get it.
about
Okay, so I know you're on your soapbox on this, and I'm going to join you on that soapbox. So when I was the sickest, I finally ended up at a naturopath office because I refused. Thank goodness God made me stubborn, because I refused to accept that as my the way life was going to be. And
yeah.
when he came back, and in my case, I did a hair analysis. When the hair analysis came back and he said, "This is bad," and I'm like, huh? He goes, "No, this is bad." If I had ignored my symptoms, according to him, I would have either been in an induced coma because my organs were shutting down, or dead.
That's so extremely
That
scary.
was 9 years
And if
ago.
you hadn't and if you hadn't found that other alternative and gotten those tests, because that's the thing, is like, get the tests, get the blood work done, get the hair analysis, get whatever you can do, test mold testing. There's so many tests out there to see what might be in your system, that is, or what might be going off in your system that you don't even know. because it's on the inside. You know, you don't feel right, but you don't know what's causing it. So once you can have somebody actually run the test and explain what the test results are, because that's a big thing too. A lot of the times we see these test results and it looks like gobbledygook and we're like, I don't even know what this means. What do I even do now? And so that's why having that coach, having somebody to, or a naturopath, doctor, somebody to help you understand the results of these tests and how you can start tweaking your life. Because if you start doing things the wrong way, that could even cause to other major problems. So anyway,
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
obviously we also want to mention we're not doctors here. And if you do have health things, check with your doctor, but also be sure to ask questions
Mhm.
and get second opinions and be willing to kind of think out of the box a little bit around the lines of what you can do for your
Yeah,
body.
be
Okay, so let's get
curious,
back
be
to
curious, curious.
yeah.
You don't have to okay, so what's one symptom? I'd love to hear, everybody. What's one symptom that you've noticed that has got you going, "Okay, that's odd. That wasn't there before. Why does this keep happening? Do I keep having migraines? Why am I tired at 2 o'clock in the afternoon?" Be curious. Just be curious.
Right.
This isn't a
Those
self-beat
are
up thing. This is a curiosity thing.
yeah. Yeah, be curious. Maybe it's joint pain. Maybe it's like you have constant joint pain
Mhm.
all the time or gut issues. Maybe you're off and you are not pooping on a regular basis. Pay attention to those things and be curious about it and see what you might be able to tweak. And again, get a coach if you need to,
Mhm.
or look into some natural supplements that might help with different things. So like for instance, Christine and I both take gold every day because it supports our body in reducing inflammation. And the cool thing about when you start reducing inflammation, you're going to notice a lot of things. Not only does it sometimes help with your gut health, but it also can help with joint pain. It can help with the headaches. It can help with a lot of things. And it's just reducing that inflammation.
I believe
And
one
I
of
know
our
you
episodes we talked about, inflammation, and I think it's like, was it 90% of the diseases out there and illnesses are inflammation related? Maybe not caused by, but inflammation related.
right.
It's
Yeah.
kinda crazy. I
They're
can
either
tell when I've been eating the wrong things because my hand hurts because I broke it a few years ago. And I've always heard people say, "Oh, my break is the." Oh, yeah, it's so true.
mhm.
So true. Matter of fact, this morning, for some reason, it keeps cramping right here. So now I'm curious. Am I dehydrated? Have I not had my electrolytes? Which is probably what it is, because that's the first thing I thought of. Was I was like, yeah, I think I'm, but it keeps cramping right here.
Yeah. Add hydrate to the water.
Add hydrate. I love our hydrate.
Oh my goodness.
Strawberry is my favorite.
Mine is the lemon lime. I love the lemon lime so
Isn't
much.
that funny? I love the strawberry. Oh, I love the strawberry. Mm. Anyway, we digress. That wasn't what we.
Yeah.
But again, that's the
But
thing. Once you learn these tools and you're
mhm.
listening to your symptoms, you can shift.
Mhm.
You don't have to put up with it.
Yeah, because all of these little messages and these different symptoms that you keep experiencing over and over
Mhm.
again, it doesn't mean that you failed yourself. It doesn't mean you failed your body. First of all, you need to learn to give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up over the past. Like that's already gone and done and over with. You can learn from it and be
Yeah.
like, okay, since I should have probably listened, but now is time. Now I know that I should be listening. So, and sometimes you just haven't been taught to listen. And it's probably because, first of all, society is just like, go, 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 like do everything. And you don't have time to take a break, all of this stuff. And it's like, mm-mm. Or just, yeah, like the fact that we were talking about not being taught, like you didn't realize that every time you get a headache or every time you have stomach aches or joint pain, that it's a symptom, it's a message telling you, listen up, listen to me, Linda.
I
Right?
heard something once, and I can't confirm this because, again, I'm not a doctor, but they said a headache is not your brain hurting.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I had to think about that because they're like, you can't feel your brain.
Right.
Like
Your
it's
brain
there,
can
but
feel.
there's something else in this that is causing it. And we've talked about gut health. You've talked about gut health. If your gut's out of whack, it can cause a headache, by the way,
Mhm.
people. So,
Yeah. Or maybe you're going to the doctor and they're like, "Oh, it's normal. Just deal with it."
oh yeah.
You know? And that's wrong answer. Again, Christine
Again,
wrote
wrong answer.
yeah, Christine wrote this book. We're gonna have to drop the link to your book because she talks about this,
Mhm.
about sometimes when you go to the doctor and they tell you something that you don't feel comfortable with, like you're like, "No, that's not right. That's you know your own body." Again, wrong answer. Go get a second opinion. Go ask somebody else. Go ask a person.
Exactly.
Go do whatever you need to do. Be your own advocate. And that's
Yes,
what the beauty of Christine's book is, just teaching you how to be your own health advocate.
yes.
So,
Our topic at the end of the month is the things we've learned this month. So, on that, the book that I'm reading, he also talks about the fact that so many things are treated for their symptoms, not for their root cause.
mhm, that's
So,
so
listening to your symptoms, give yourself grace because we're not taught these things.
yeah. Yeah, first of all, let me just ask you all who are watching, have you ever felt guilty about resting or taking a break? Getting up from
That
your
would be
work
me.
or yeah, me.
And I'm
I
not talking vacation because I don't know about you, but vacation is not always resting.
right, right,
It's
exactly,
just
yes,
running circles in a different location.
we're talking about, like, doing something that is, like, renewing and restoring your body, something that allows your body to get rid of stress, whether it be deep breathing, meditation, journaling. I mean, there's so many things that you can do to give your body a break. It's whatever works for you, whatever feels good to you, and allows your body to take that break
Mhm.
that it needs. Some people, like Christine, can actually nap in the middle of the day. I cannot, but I do like to curl up with a good book or even like just look at something, like not think about all the millions of things that I have to do, but
Mhm.
just like, whether it be watching a show. Actually, over the weekend, I did take some time to do this. Actually I didn't even put it on the TV. Derek did, but thank goodness he did because it forced me to just stop. We put on this wildlife show. It's something that the BBC put out. It's on YouTube. It's free if you want to watch it. But it was about like animals in Yellowstone, which is really cool because we've been to Yellowstone and when we were there, we hardly saw any animals. We literally saw like some birds. That was it. We didn't see any wild animals that we thought. But
When
anyway,
I was there, I saw tons of bison, and I've got an awesome picture of a mama nursing her baby.
oh, that's so cool.
It
So
is,
cool.
it's very cool. Anyway,
We saw bison, tons of bison and babies on Antelope Island in Utah, but we didn't see any in Yellowstone when we were there. We're going to have to go back. But anyway, I was loving watching these animals and it gave my body that little bit of a break from real life,
mhm,
from the stress and everything else. I was sitting down. I wasn't running around from here to there. I wasn't on my computer tuned into everything. So anyway,
yeah,
and really, we've noticed too that especially women are conditioned, especially based on like family things and society, to just push through things, to like suck it up. I mean, even think about this, for example. Women get their periods every month. They deal with all the symptoms that go along with that. Yet we're not expected to take a break. Like we can't just take time off of school and work and errands and taking care of the house and the kids and everything else just because we have cramps and this and that. Like whereas if you were to give a man all of those symptoms, they wouldn't be able to function. And
it
so we are literally conditioned to just push through the pain, push through the discomfort, and get on with life and do our thing. That sometimes we forget to start listening to our bodies and the symptoms that we are experiencing that don't seem normal.
mhm,
So,
absolutely, and I mean, that's a perfect example because you can't call into work and say, "I have my period."
right.
But I'm telling you, I know women that it literally wipes them out.
Hmm.
past decades, and I can't tell you years, I've read this different times, that women that were on their menstrual cycle were actually forced to not partake in, the world, which was partly probably because they didn't have the ability to be clean, for lack of a better way to put it. But
Right.
it's still
It
true.
wasn't
I mean,
sanitary products like we have now. And so
yes,
and so people just basically laid around in bed where they could just kind of bleed out. I know that
yeah.
sounds gross, but that's kind of what it was. And so,
It,
yes, I had to step
it's
away
it's
from
it's
things.
reality, and I mean,
Mhm,
it's just, but it is so true, and that is a perfect example of listening to what your body is telling you.
mhm. Yeah. Because you know what? When we do give ourselves that break, when we do give ourselves that grace, the compassion, it actually allows us to accelerate our healing and accelerate the whatever needs to happen in our life to put us on a track of feeling better, knowing what's going on, listening a little bit better. When we're able to take a little bit of a break, we can listen a little bit better.
Yes. And okay, so journaling. We talk about journaling all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
All the time. So when you're journaling, as far as listening to your symptoms, do it with curiosity. Don't be self beat up. Don't try to analyze it. I'm an analyzer, by the way. Too much, too fast. So you want to track, what's happening physically, what's happening emotionally. Are you snapping people's heads off?
Yeah.
And jot all that down. What are you eating? What is your menstrual cycle? What are the moon phases? I know, sounds crazy, but I noticed I would get snippy right around the full moon.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
so if you
now,
want if you have a piece of paper with you, jot some of these down because sometimes we don't think about it. We go sit down, we're like, "Oh, we're supposed to journal." What do we even
yeah.
do? So jot down some of these prompts, and if you need to, if you're driving or busy or something like that, come back and watch this part. So write down, first of all, be paying attention to different patterns. And again, like Christine was saying, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like how are you feeling in all these things? So just write down how you're feeling and what you're experiencing. But then when does this show up? When are these weird things showing up? How often? Is it daily? Is it multiple times a day? Is it all day?
Mhm.
When, like, what was happening emotionally? First of all, like, have you experienced anything major in your life recently? Is there anything going on in your life? Like, write this down. And the other thing, too, I can make a quick little note here is that if people are feeling stuck in different areas, that can cause things physically as
Mhm.
well. And so I help people to find where they're stuck and release it so to move on. So anyway, just letting you know that. Also, what activities have you been doing or not doing? What have you been eating or drinking? And again, you had said what is the stages of the phases of the moon? What helps me to ease my symptoms?
Mhm.
Write all of these things down. And again, like Christine was mentioning, don't be judgmental. Don't
Mhm.
be trying to figure out different things. Literally, it's just writing down the facts. These are the facts and be curious, like, why? Or this or that. And like ask yourself different questions. So that was it for the prompts, but keep that in mind so that when you are sitting down to journal, and if you do this on a regular basis, you can look from day to day to day to day what you're feeling like, what you're
Mhm.
experiencing, what's going on.
Yes, and it helps you to look for a pattern.
Mhm.
So when I started, just quick for symptoms, I found myself like wiped out in bed. I felt like I had the flu. Well, I started tracking things. Well, it turned out that I was fasting. 3 days later, I was sick.
Mm.
So for me, this is not true for everybody. For me, it turned out that because my adrenal fatigue was so bad that when I would fast, it was actually detrimental. And 3 days later is when it would hit me and wipe me out and put me in bed.
Wow. And if you were
So,
not tracking that and journaling that, you would have no idea.
no idea. And it took me several months because I didn't I fasted. like every other week. And it was for 24 hours. It wasn't a long time. It wasn't, but when I took it to the naturopath, he's like, "Well, this is why it's happening." I went, "Oh."
And
So that is
fasting
why we're
time is
saying journal.
beneficial.
Yeah, I never would have figured it out.
Yeah.
If I wasn't writing it down, I never would have put 2 and 2 together.
Right. Because you
And
had to see that pattern.
yes, and at that time, okay, so talk about coaching. I always talked to my sister. Now, she's technically not a coach, but talking to her was also supportive for me to figure it out.
Mhm.
And then I intentionally tested the theory.
Mm.
I know. So
Mhm. You're
here's
like,
the
"I'm
thing.
making myself feel bad on purpose."
I know we call it well, but here's the thing. You got to know to know.
Exactly.
And then once you know,
It's
then you
like
can
that with
choose.
allergens too, right? Like things that your body is like having a negative reaction to, you need to test it to make sure that yes, that
Mhm.
is the thing that my body is reacting to, not something else that's kind of like it or that I might have or
Or,
do at the same
or
time. So,
coincidentally fell on the right time.
mhm,
I've got a
yeah,
friend that from the outside, I was able to tell her that she gets migraines, like bedridden 3-day migraines, if
cool.
her cycle and the moon sync up. If it's a
Ooh,
full moon and she's getting her cycle, I'm like, you, you need to support yourself because this is what's coming.
right, right. So now she knows to watch out for it. And so she can do things to support her body and to prep for that so that she's just not knocked out of the blue.
Yes, and be prepared to rest because right now she hasn't figured out the root cause and she will at some point and it could just be perimenopause. I mean, it could be that simple and
Mhm.
it's her hormones. But
But maybe
that's
she can
why
do
we
something
do that.
that helps her to manage her hormones. But yeah, and the other thing too is like you're probably thinking like, when am I going to journal? I don't have time to journal. Try pairing it. We've talked about habit pairing in the past or habit stacking, whatever you want to call it. Doing two things at the same time. Like what's something that you do all the time? And that you can add something in. So for instance, like maybe it's in the evening time, if you sit down and have a cup of gold, a cup of tea, a cup of hot chocolate, whatever it is that you're having in the evening. I mean, our drift hot chocolate actually helps a lot with falling asleep. But anyway, do some journal while you're doing that, or maybe it's in the morning while you're drinking your coffee. Again, I put my gold in my coffee, but
Oh yeah.
anyway,
Well, and
so while you're doing something else, that's when you can journal.
yes, and it doesn't have to, we're not talking you have to journal an hour. We're
No,
talking
like a
take
few
5
minutes.
minutes and even if you have it written down that you put all those list downs and you write smiley faces or frowny faces or
Right, or have a
this is
numbering
for
system.
you. There's
I love the numbering system. Rate
I
it
know.
on a
Mary
scale of
Marie is a 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10.
yeah, with like 1 being awful, 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 10 being woo, awesome. So like, yeah, whatever works for you so that it's quick and easy.
Yes, because there's no right way or wrong way.
Yeah,
And
that's the
just
beauty of
remember, your body isn't broken.
it. Mhm.
However, if you ignore the symptoms like the naturopath told me, you could be broken.
Yeah,
Because I had listened, he said, "You have no permanent damage as of right now." So,
yeah.
if I
So
had
just
ignored it, I would have had.
keep in mind that these symptoms that you're experiencing are information that you can be curious about.
Mhm.
And they're messages to you about, maybe I need to take some action. Maybe I need to ask some questions. Maybe I need to start journaling to figure out patterns. Just be curious. Be
Just be
curious.
curious.
Yep.
For me,
Because, yep.
my one of my migraines was because I drank white wine. I was drinking white Zinfandel in my 20s, and I discovered by just paying attention, I wasn't journaling at that time. I'm like, "Wait a second, this doesn't work for me."
Mm,
Wine
mhm.
coolers give me migraines. It's just being curious about what is going on.
Yeah. The more
That's it.
you're curious, the quicker you're on a path to healing and feeling better.
And you don't know how good you can feel until you do. Carrie Marie and I are both examples of that. You just don't know how good you can feel until you do. And then you're like, why did I put up with that?
Yeah. Like, why did I deal with that pain for so long? Why did I deal
Mhm.
with these symptoms for so long? Yeah. It's for sure. Pay attention to your body. So I want to know, after watching this, who is now going to start paying attention to the signals that their body's trying to tell them?
Mhm.
Like, immediately, right now, this week.
Right now, right now.
Drop a me in the comments if you're going to start paying attention
Yeah.
to what your
And
body's trying to tell.
we talked about a lot of negatives, but paying attention can also tell you what makes you feel good.
Yes. Yes. That's so great that you mentioned that, Christine, because I think that we did talk a lot about negatives and like these bad things that our body's experiencing. But also, when you start paying attention and journaling, it's like, oh, what makes me feel good? I had so much energy and I was in such a great mood. What am I doing that leads to that?
Yes. Yes.
I love that. Thanks for mentioning that. What a great way to end this episode on a high note.
Yes. And then next week we get to dive into hormones. I don't know why, but hormones, I might you may have to do a stuck point scan on me because every time I say hormones, I go,
Ooh,
so
yeah.
I must have a stuck point with hormones. Mood in midlife. We're going to talk about things. And
Yes. The
honestly, if
truth
you are in this, here's what I would love. If you are in this with us, send one of us a message and tell us some of the odd symptoms that you have so we can touch on it next week.
Yeah.
Because I know that's something we'll probably ask next week, but I would love to hear a week before so we can add them in.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I did ChatGPT, I was like, that's a symptom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. And we probably experience some weird symptoms that we don't even realize are hormone related or are
Mhm.
perimenopause related because we're like, that's so weird.
Yes.
Why? You know, and yeah, we're gonna dive in. I don't want to give away anything right
No,
now.
no, and we're over time, and I get to go pick up mom and take her to craft group. So,
Yes. Oh my
all
goodness.
right.
Well, this was such a great episode. And I really do hope that this helps you to start listening to your body and paying attention to what it's trying to tell you because it's giving you
Absolutely.
messages
It is
regularly.
all the time. It's talking to you all the time.
Mhm. Yes. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that you have an amazing day. Please comment and let us know if this was helpful. Tag somebody that this could be helpful to. And stay tuned for next week. Again, we're going to be talking about hormones and midlife and perimenopause and all of the stuff. So
All of this stuff.
see you again next week on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. Bye.
Bye.